let's tell you why. Let's talk about why you're here, of course. So let me get on to the details here. So I'm going to show you my computer screen, what I'm working with. Now, this diet guide, first off, this is what it looks like. So let me just pop that up for you. So it's a 13 or 12 page guide. It gives you, of course, some motivation, a welcome kind of a deal. I'll give you some before and after pictures. I'll show here more detail in a minute. If you don't have time to read the 12 pages and you don't want to learn all that stuff, that's fine. I got a Cliff Note cheat sheet, page 2, everything you need to know right here, 20 tips to do. You knock those out and your results are going to be impressive. On page 3, I start going into the details as to why you want to do it, what's behind the science of it. I throw in some more steps you can do here on page 4, 6 steps you can do today. Again, a little bit more detail oriented. Then I'm talking to the food, what you want to eat, how much you want to eat, why you want to eat it. I go into the types of foods. In other words, what foods are best for results. Now, keep in mind, you can eat any food you want. It's just going to limit your results. If you eat more of the food that's in my guide, remember, I'm trying to make things optimal for you so you don't waste your time. You get the best bang for your buck. The more you follow this guide and what's listed in there, the better results are going to be. I ain't going to the cardio, when to do it, how much to do it, how long to do it, why you do it. Weight training, yes, I touch on that. You got to weight train. I know. Now, some of you folks just starting out, you can't do it. You got to use body weight or bands. Perfect. Do that. But you're going to have to progress with time if you want to continue results. The good news is the weight training part of it, aspect of it, is only 25% of your results. Let that sink in for a minute. Yeah, that means you don't have to do a ton of stuff on that department to start seeing some changes. Supplements, I'll talk about those. Are they necessary? If so, if you want to try a few of them, which one should you try? And then I even talk about the health check. You got to get your blood work from the doctor to find out where you stand currently so you know where you're going. And we'll get into that here in a minute. I'll mention like 12 of the top myths off the top of my head that most people regurgitate incorrectly. So I answer those and I give you a final word. So that's the document you're going to receive if you type the word diet in the comments section. That'll be the link to that document you can pick up. So it will save you hundreds if not thousands of dollars. Trust me, because the stuff that you buy and spend money on in this whole industry, you're throwing your money down the toilet. I can guarantee you. I'm going to prevent you from doing that. So you will thank me later. Trust me. Okay, so that's the diet guide. Now, you're going, okay, well, how's this work? Well, let me give you some before and after pictures and examples. Is it going to work for, all right, well, you're a competitor, so, of course it's going to work for you. No. I want to take it back 10 years, okay? I wasn't always a competitor. That's just recent, the last couple of years. But prior to that, I was always in and out of the gym for like my 20s, okay? Well, I hit about 30 to 33 era. About those 3 years or so, I stopped going to the gym, period. I started eating whatever I wanted, including eating out just about every meal. I ballooned up and I turned into something that didn't even represent me. I did not like this look. Now, I didn't realize it was all happening so fast. Well, I say fast, 3 years is a slow process. But the point is I just woke up one day and went, oh, I do not like how I look anymore, and I don't feel good anymore, and my hormones weren't right. I mean, everything was jacked up. And I was like, how did I go, from being fit and great and feeling good to just not feeling good at all? So I joined a 12-week gym challenge at Gold's Gym. Got the trainer there. I kicked some butt. 4 weeks later, I'm starting to trim down. 8 weeks later, I'm trimming even more. I've got my abs coming back in. I'm starting to thin out here on the sides. And then the week 12, there you go. I got my six-pack back. I got some cuts in my legs. I'm half the size of the man I was. So I was pumped. That was 12 weeks going again from not working out for 3 years at all. Now, here's a more side-by-side view of that, just to kind of give you a better before and after of just how you can really trim things down in a very short period of time. And this is only using half the tricks and tips that I have in the guide. Only half of them. If I had used all 20 of them, this would have been an even crazier result. Now, on the competitor side, add another 10 years to that, me building solid muscle since that period of Gold's Gym onward, and then eating like a crazy man, more food than I cared to eat, but I had to. That was my goal for this competition thing. I need to put on more muscle mass, and trust me, I did not like eating all this food. And all this food I was eating was still the good food. So the weight that I put on, believe it or not, was good weight, even though I did not like it. I ballooned up big time. But that was the point. Rarely does anybody want to balloon up on purpose, trust me. So here's what happens in 90 days with that. I increased my cardio. And all I did was reduce the amount of foods I was eating. I was eating the exact same foods. I just reduced the amount of it. So my calories were less. I went from around 4,400 to 4,500 calories to about 2,400 over a period of time. And I melted all that fat off and I just kept all my muscle mass. So I was pumped. So this was just this summer in just 90 days. So this is what works for everyone. So you're asking, does it work for women? Yes, it's the same exact process. Your body does not know that you're a man or a woman when it comes to digesting a piece of meat, for example. It's going to do the same biological processes It's going to do the same breakdown. It's going to feed your muscles, all that stuff. So it's good. Trust me, you're going to get results, and you're going to get the best results you can get if you follow this guide over what you may have been trying on your own or what you've heard, all that kind of stuff. Now, finally, let's see here. Let me clear this out. So there's my Facebook page going. Now, a lot of you folks do not follow me for fitness and stuff, and that's fine. You don't have to, because obviously this is a weather page. I've been doing weather here for you guys for years and years. But if you want to follow me in my bodybuilding journey, I'm on the Instagram account at aarontuttle.at, and that's where I'm going to post all this kind of stuff. So I don't post this kind of stuff on my weather page, because basically all the haters would come out and be mad. So I try to keep the trolling and the haters down and low. So if you want to follow this part of my life, jump over there to Instagram, and that's where you're going to find that. Okay, so that is all of that in a nutshell. I think I covered all of that. So here is something else I want to do for you. And then we're going to get to the questions, so just hang tight real quick. Some examples of what I use personally to get the results, to make it easy on my life. I'm very, very busy. I don't have time to waste at all. And that means in anything, much less eating or preparing or whatever. So I use what we have at our disposal that makes things a lot easier. So for example, rice, pre-cooked, done, microwave 60 seconds. I love this stuff. White's good, jasmine's good. It's in my diet. The rest you can eat. Almonds. Oh, ever since I found these, I can't eat regular almonds anymore. You've got to taste these. These are awesome. How do I flavor my water? Because I have in the guide you need to drink water. Now, obviously, you need to stay away from sugar-laden drinks. So I do a lot of sugar-free stuff or just plain water. Here's examples. Walmart brand, great value. Iced tea with peach. Love this stuff. Yeah, it has a little artificial sweetener. You know what? No one's dying in droves from artificial sweetener, believe it or not. Take your pick. There's like 4 or 5 different kinds out there to choose from. So you can pick whichever one you want to try. Remember, I'm making things simplified. And if you want to pick a fight over an artificial sweetener, that is the least of your problems. Remember, we're trying to strip body fat off of you and get you the best shape of your life in the shortest amount of time possible. And if you're worried about something that small, you're missing the whole big picture. Your body is going to be super awesome once you get rid of a lot of this fat and you start changing your food intake. You're going to feel better, think better, more energy, all that stuff. Salmon, I hate cooking it, by the way. Now I don't have to, because Chicken of the Sea gives it to me. Flavored at that. So these are awesome. Remember, these are just examples that I use. And then this was something cool that I actually got onto this year. I had never tried this before, but macadamia nut oil, golden. You want to try some of that. Otherwise, I use the coconut oil, this MCT type oil. Now, as far as like the food, like prepping food ahead of time, I'm going to tell you this, just cook in bulk. You typically cook a lot of food anyway if you have a family. Just get used to the idea of just cooking in bulk all the time. So, like, for example, I've got to cook some hamburger. I'm going to cook 5 pounds of it at once, and I'm going to divvy it up into what size I need into the Ziploc bag. And then I'm going to stick it in a freezer bag. I'm going to freeze it. Then I'm going to take a couple out at a time as I need it. Now, when I heat my vegetables, I just go to get the Walmart bag, just the frozen vegetables in there. I use these guys here. This is a lifesaver. So it's the old Zip and Steam. And sometimes they're hard to find, and sometimes they get sold out. So if you see them, grab several. But these little bags here, you can put them in there. You don't have to eat your vegetables raw. I don't like eating them raw. I like them cooked. 2 minutes and they're done. So that's a lifesaver. So these are all little tips of the trade that I use personally so that I can make sure that I follow my guidelines and get what I need per day. So there you go. I think I've covered everything. I just threw it at you all at once. So hopefully you digested it all. But that's the kind of information you're getting from me on this guide to lose fat the fastest way possible. Remember, I'm not wasting any of your time because I don't like to waste my time. I have streamlined everything for you, made it super easy, not complicated, no magic formulas, no boatload of supplements you got to buy. I am saving you money and time, and I'm cutting all the fat out, giving it to you straight. So big difference what you're usually getting out there in this whole realm of things.